Bit of Tuesday motivation there from Dave Carolan talking about the need to absorb positive energy. Good morning. Welcome to the conversation on your digital first Pan-African News Network, TUS Television. My name is Sagir Ibrahim. We'll dive straight into development across Africa, starting with Sudan, where 7 people were killed by gunfire and 140 injured in clashes between soldiers and street protesters following the seizure of power from Sudan's transitional government by the military on Monday. Quite unfortunate. And in Mali, the special representative from West Africa's main regional bloc has been given 72 hours by Mali's transitional government to leave the country over actions incompatible with his status, the foreign ministry said on Monday. To other matters, for the first time in 4 years, Egypt's state of emergency will be lifted, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi announced on Monday. Egypt has become an oasis of security and stability in the region, Sisi wrote in a Facebook post. Hence, it was decided for the first time in years to cancel the extension of the state of emergency in all areas of the country. That's quite good news, coming after years of the nation being in a lockdown. To other news, let's talk COVID-19 and the need to maintain social distancing and do all that is necessary to ensure you do not contract or transmit the virus. COVID-19 updates across Africa coming, after which I will be bringing you the big story. Please stay. Yes, you're still watching the conversation on your digital first Pan-African News Network, TUS Television, and you could be part of the conversation by connecting with us on our various social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TUS TV Network. You could also watch the conversation via our website at www.tustvnetwork.com, as well as via YouTube at TUS TV Network. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It is the big story segment of the conversation, and this morning's focus is going to be on eNaira, the effect of introducing the digital currency. Joining us, in this conversation this morning is Mr. Felix Adetoubo, and he is a political affairs strategist. Good morning, Mr. Felix.
Good morning.
Yes, really nice, seeing you this morning. So, firstly, I just want to ask, what do you think are the effects of introducing the eNaira? The Naira has been digitized. We have the Naira in a digital form. What are the effects?
Thanks for having me once again. The effects are much. They are enormous, Number one, we need to appreciate the government at least for making Nigeria to be the first to have this in Africa. European countries are having it. They already have it. Some of them, not all.
Adaptations.
All right.
Yes.
So the one major thing that I see in it, which is an advantage about this eNaira, is the generation of revenue.
Okay.
Lamy, that's the FIRS chairman,
Yes.
had a benchmark of 5 to 6 trillion, for the year after the president had charged them to generate more income to the pockets of the government. Yes. With this now, they will be able to generate more, And secondly is the regulation. The CBN will be able to regulate the money. Then we also talk about the counterfeit money that is everywhere, There is nothing like a counterfeit again, as we are using this.
Okay.
Then there are many ways. Also, transnational trade is really also going to help. And we also need to think about the cheap rate and the quick way at which one can transact business right now.
Okay, so now does that mean, now talking about trade, that we would start seeing scenarios where in the international community, because we now have a digital adaptation of the Naira, where people or businessmen would start to collect naira just the way, the dollar has been used for business, since the past decades or so?
To what I feel about this trade issue is that it will only make it to be quick in transaction. I still don't believe that it's going to have a lot of effect in the diminishing rate of the naira to some of these currencies.
What I mean is this. Let's take, for example, I'm a crypto enthusiast. I hold cryptocurrency.
All right.
You hold cryptocurrency. And we're both businessmen. So we have a transaction and I intend to pay cash. However, of course, paying cash will no longer mean having physical cash on me.
Yeah, exactly.
So if I want to do a transfer to you, instead of transferring dollars, for example, in terms of Theta or USDT, does it mean I can now transfer Naira or the eNaira to, say, my business partner in Ghana? And all he needs to do is send me, his wallet address and collect eNaira in exchange for his services or goods.
I think it should work that way. I think it should work that way, and that's why when I said it goes for easy, transaction. Yes, it goes for easy transaction, and I know that now that we have it here in Nigeria, other countries, I think even Ghana are already thinking of having such a thing. So I believe it's really aid that transaction between when we talk of a transnational whatever
trade. Okay, so another question I want to ask is, what about the cost of minting the naira?
Yes, that's a big part of it, because the amount we spend in printing and minting is much. With this now, we don't need to print much. We don't need to mint much. All we just have to do is everybody now just to get connected, via your bank account, you just, divert your money straight to your wallet,
so
and from there
you can hold naira without holding naira.
Without holding naira, so it's just a liquid now, so everybody goes with it.
All right,
so Nigeria can even save more, in that aspect.
Okay, so another question I want to ask is, what about regulation? Because we know how volatile the crypto space is. The crypto space has been designed such that any and nobody is responsible for its regulation. So which means one person can hold as much as $1 trillion worth of cryptocurrency in his account. And it will just be, in his phone, and everybody is good. So how do you think, or do you think the Central Bank of Nigeria, and by extension the government, is prepared for such volatility, especially, with the climate of corruption we see here in Nigeria?
I think one of the major reasons why crypto was banned in the first place in February is because of the regulation, so that they will be in charge of what happens in the country. Nobody regulates it. It's being handled by people that you don't even know. You understand, that you don't know. And most people are already falling into the hands of scammers, fraudsters, you understand. So the government, according to them, then they said they are banning crypto just to be able to protect, Nigerians, citizens, and safeguard their money. And if you look at in 2020, like 40% of people fell into crypto scam. Now, there was a projection that by this year, which I know is already, by this year, there's going to be 75% people that will fall into crypto scam. So the government had that in mind, that, okay, we are, going to get rid of this so that we'll be able to regularize what comes within our space. But I can tell you, crypto is not the same as eNaira. We shouldn't, mix the two. It's not going to perform what a crypto will do. But what it does is just for us to be able to undo some things, and it's not even going to affect. It's not even going to really affect. Although the president said it will add a lot to our GDP, which I believe, because of the savings that
around 29 billion.
Yes, around 29 billion in 10 years, because of the savings that will be done, within that little space, and because of the regulation that will come. And when it comes to revenue generation, they will be able to monitor individual. You are working directly now with the CBN, not
The banks.
commercial banks
Yes.
anymore, but directly with the CBN, and they'll be able to know
Okay,
what
so
goes
now
on.
I really, I've been wrapping my head around how it's going to be possible, because we know one thing about the blockchain is the fact that it might be really difficult to trace
Yes.
transactions. Now, the eNaira expectedly will be domiciled using blockchain technology.
Yeah.
So, how does the CBN expect, and say the EFCC, for example, to track and trace funds, especially those that were looted by public officers while holding public offices?
This is where the CBN has to be up and doing. I believe they know this already, and they must have, done their assignment to be able to handle some of these issues. But the thing is this: blockchain technology, we believe, cannot be hacked, right? But I can tell you, there is nothing that cannot be done. Scammers have, even before, during the proposition of this eNaira, some guys must have been walking around the clock to see how to,
Loopholes.
how to look for loopholes where they could, just enter.
Yes.
But this is where I think the CBN has to create more malware, has to create it to be up and doing, to even be there before these guys will come up with whatever they want to do to get into people's accounts. And also, when we're talking of these guys, the corrupt people, I believe they should have a system that's going to be checking everybody and whatever they do with this Naira.
All right, talking about cryptocurrency and the introduction of the eNaira. Thank you so much, Mr. Felix, for your contribution in the conversation.
You're welcome.
And that's it for the conversation this morning. Remember, you could connect with us via Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm using our different social media handles at TUSTV Network. You can also watch the conversation via our website at www.tustvnetwork.com and via YouTube at TUSTV Network. Remember, COVID-19 is still very much out there. You need to do all that is necessary to ensure that you are safe and protected from the virus. As always, my name is Sagir Ibrahim, and I will see you tomorrow.